So, for you, learning a new language is not very... I mean, for sure, but wasn't super difficult for you.
I can't say it's not difficult. It really depends how much time and effort and how dedicated you are.
I think it is. I think it's really, dedication.
Yeah, I was really dedicated, and I just try to use it whenever I have the chance.
Yeah.
And even if, let's say, when there's nobody around, I probably would watch TV and stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
News. I read the news even though I don't understand what it's saying.
Yeah, that's really... Because you just want to hear the language and be in that environment.
Right.
Now... The big question is, after the 3 months... Did you go back to the sushi place and be a helper? You did. They still had the job opportunity there for you?
They had.
Really?
Because they weren't really hiring. They were hiring because of my friend. Because of my guardian.
Wow, she was that well known? Or...
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, I went back. I was like, I think I can... I wasn't fluent at all, but I can speak broken Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's doable. We can communicate.
Yeah.
And then I started my job. And that even helped me learn the language even faster. Because under different environment...
Yeah.
Or like...
Where you're forced to kind of speak the language.
Right, let's say when you're in the kitchen, you'll start to learn different things that you never... thought you'll learn. Like a saucepan or something. You'll start learning like how do you fry, how to steam...
Different kinds of fish, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly.
Like,
then you start
learning.
Then I was like, oh, so you do like different stuff.
Yeah.
You experience different stuff. You learn different vocabularies and verbs and stuff, right? That's I was like, oh, and then that's why I start trying to do different things every day whenever I have time.
That's good.
But then, still, I didn't have like any real friends to talk to.
Yeah.
So this is when I got into Street Fighter. Well, I still really liked video games when I was in Japan, but I tried not to spend too much time because I was going to focus on learning the language and sushi, right?
Yeah.
But then in Yokohama, where I work at, there's like at least 10 arcades around. 10 arcades, all in walking distance.
Wow.
So if I go to one, there's this alley where my home arcade is.
Yeah.
I go there, there's 6 arcades.
Wow.
Same alley. So you just
6 arcades, like in this whole city we have like 2.
right, but they have like the whole Yokohama. There's like probably 13 or more arcades out there. So I went to one of the arcades. I was like, okay.
So was this while you were still in school, or was this when you started doing?
I was still in school. I also I didn't finish school until I actually came back.
Yeah.
So it was school, work at the same time, and then whenever I'm off or whenever I have leisure time, I play games. Then I went to this arcade in the beginning. I was like, okay, so I was really into that Gundam. You know the Gundam.
Was that the very first game you played? Is this Gundam like Seed or the Destiny one?
The Seed. But when I was there, the one is called Gundam versus Gundam, whatever. I was actually in my city, Vancouver. I was actually known first for playing that game.
Oh, wow.
That and KOF.
Oh, nice,
Everybody knows me as Kenny, my real name, for playing these games.
The KOF player.
Right. And then, I went to these arcades, but I don't know anyone, right? So it's a 2v2 game. Yeah. So I couldn't really team up with anyone.
Air was so godlike, he went 1v2.
No, I couldn't. I was like...
Air sat there alone. He was
I didn't. But a lot of people were just alone. So So how I understand from observing was like, oh, so if they sit down and he doesn't have a partner, you can just sit down and be their partner, right? So that was another way how I approached to learn.
That's good.
To talk to people and more Japanese. So I kept playing Gundam, but then...
How are people there, though, before you go on? Like, how were people generally, like, friendly in the arcades? Like, or quiet, I'm pretty sure.
Quiet, and they're really shy.
Really shy, yeah. Are they shy, like, as in they're just socially shy, or is it just like maybe they just don't like to talk to people? They just dislike social interaction, or what? What kind of? Because I mean, I'm saying like they're shy, but once you get to meet them, they're really nice people.
Right. I think they're just shy because I don't know, because
like when you were lined up for Gundam and stuff, like.
They're just polite. They just bow and shit.
Oh wow!
And really? Like, oh, go ahead. So there's nothing you can really talk to them.
That's nice.
The Japanese, like, if you talk to a random Japanese, they never respond back. It's like, oh, nice weather today. Yeah. That's it, right? I was like, okay.
End of conversation.
So, oh, she's hot. Yeah. That's it, right? At least he can probably say, oh yeah, nice tits or something.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so
That's Kenny's conversations.
so that was.
So you played. So the very first game you went into when you played in Japan arcades was Gundam.
Gundam, because that was the last game I played when I was in Vancouver before I.
And I'm pretty sure the second game, as soon as you finished playing Gundam, you went to the KOF.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, Gundam. I was like, I can't have fun. Like we're winning and shit, but I can't have fun not talking to my partner, right?
Yeah.
Because you know how this game is so stupid. If you press like the start button, it means you need help in the game.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm getting attacked, so you press the start button. So the game talks for you. You don't even have to talk to that guy.
Yeah.
So when I used to play in my city,
you just yell to the person.
Like, dude, fucking save me and shit. I'm getting attacked.
In Japan, you're just silent.
I was like, I wasn't enjoying.
You weren't enjoying.
I was like, okay, I'd rather play some.
That's true. Because you need that interaction too. Same thing when you play games like League of Legends and stuff. I know you play. It's kind of like when you play it with friends. It's like that much fun.
It's a team game, right?
It's a team game, exactly. So you have that teamwork. You have that reward when you win, and kind of like that cheering, that hype. So after Gundam, did you go to King of Fighters?
Yeah, I just went upstairs. It was like 3 floors. Arcade. I was like
the fighting game floor you went to.
I was like, fuck this. I'm just gonna go up and play KOF. Yeah. It wasn't really popular.
It wasn't?
It was popular, but not the version I played. I played the King of Fighters XI. That's 11. That's the best one I'm at.
Oh, the one that you're best at.
Yeah.
What was the one that people hated most? Was it an 11 or 12?
12.
It was 12. Like yeah.
Worst King of Fighters ever. But I was playing that. It wasn't too popular. They're all playing the older version, like 98 UM.
Yeah.
It was released in like 2009 or something, but then it's called King of Fighters 98.
Oh, really? It's like
UM was like Ultimate Max.
Because 98 was considered like the best between.
Yeah, they like to look back.
Yeah.
They like to make 50, 98.
But they finally made 13, and that was actually good.
Yes, it was really good. Anyway, so it wasn't popular, so I didn't have any opponents to play with, or maybe it wasn't popular in the arcades I went to. But I only know so many places because I'm still 3 months, still pretty new.
Yeah.
To the place, I didn't want to spend too much money to travel around yet.
Were there a lot of people at the KOF machine when the first time you approached it? Like,
no, there were only like 3 people. But the arcade at least had like 200 to 300 people. Yeah, and then I was like, okay.
Now, how do you approach in Japanese arcades? Trying to, because here in arcades here, it's kind of like you want next turn, you just put your coin down.
Oh, so in
Japan, how do you
line up?
You literally line up.
You literally line up.
So there's like lines of people.
People remember their orders. That's how amazing it was.
Yeah.
So I stand there. Like this guy knows it's his turn next.
Yeah.
And then the other guy probably just came up from the washroom. Yeah. Knows that it's his turn next.
Oh.
So they know.
Oh, they know. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. But they're respectful enough not to lie, right?
Yes, but I kind of took advantage of that, which I'll maybe tell you guys next couple episodes how I just took advantage of being a foreigner and fucking budget in line and shit. But anyway, so
I was like, I'm from America, not really America, but Canada. I'm gonna be first in line. So, okay, so now the big question is, you played King of Fighters, you played Gundam, right? What made you approach the Street Fighter cabinet when you saw it? Like what?
I still didn't see it in the first arcade the arcade I just told you about. Yeah. There weren't Street Fighter.
There was not Street Fighter 4 there.
Then
because this is tell us, like, this was what, 2008, 2009 you were there? Because 2008 I think is when arcade 4 first came out in Japan.
I went there at the end of 2009, but I went there at 2009 September.
Yeah.
But I didn't start Street Fighter until like the end of the year, like December something. Okay. Then that's my first time actually. Okay. So that was it. Like the first 3 months, it's still November. I was still playing these shitty games.
Yeah.
I wasn't enjoying, but I had to.
Yeah, because that's all you had.
Entertain myself. Yeah. I played like music games like Beatmania, Drummania.
Nice.
I just play all the games that I don't have to.
Yeah.
Talk to anyone. Yeah. And then I traveled to different arcades.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like millions of people hovering around Street Fighter. I was like, oh,
yeah,
cool. I was like, this is like new. I know about this game because before I left to Vancouver, this game was already out in the local arcades, our local arcades.
Oh yeah. So this is like vanilla Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, but I only played like a little bit. I played all the new games, but I only played like maybe a couple games.
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of Street Fighter. Because whenever you're a King of Fighters player, you won't like Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Street Fighter, I played all. I think I tried every Street Fighter, but not like many games.
Not many games. Yeah.
I just play it, so my impression of Street Fighter is boring.
Yeah,
because you're just throwing fireball and you're just waiting. It's
very
uppercut, fireball.
Yeah, very different than KO. KOF's very like rush down.
Press 7. You're doing combos. The combos are cool, but then Street Fighter.
It's like everyone is deadly in King of Fighters.
Yeah, when I play fighting games, the first thing I think about is like combos.
Yeah.
I look at Street Fighter, like shit, this shit is boring. Like, 3 hits combo, that's it. So I only watched people play it and never played it, but it still looked really boring to me because it never interested me even when I was a kid.
So I'm guessing what made you like actually put that first coin in
was really funny. I'll tell you, it's not what you think. Exactly, like nothing like how you think it is. So what sucks in the Japanese arcade is that you can't sit on a random chair if you're not playing a game. So you have to pay to play a game to sit down. But one of the purpose why I go to the arcade is to meet friends.
Yeah. Just to like meet new people, socially interact.
Right, so I can practice my Japanese. So I thought that's how I meet. That's how I meet a lot of people in Vancouver. When I go to arcades, I just meet random people. And we become friends, right? So I thought that's one of the best shortcut to meet new friends in Japan, but it didn't work out that way. So I was standing there because